UNURFM News. For our sponsor, Tile Warehouse Warners Bay, the large floor tile specialists.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Annabelle Regan with 2NURFM Hunter News. A push to establish a specialised domestic violence unit in the Hunter has been led by Newcastle MP Sharon Clayton. It comes after it was announced $15 million will be spent setting up units in recognised domestic violence hotspots across the country to coordinate legal, social work and cultural liaison services for women. Sharon Clayton says she's also urging the government to replace retired Judge Giles Coates in Newcastle's Federal Circuit Court.
That lack of a replacement judge has seen delays now in those family law matters blowing out from 4 to 6 weeks to some 4 months now before you can even get a hearing. But we know that it's actually post-separation that women and children are indeed in the most dangerous situation.
Hunter Ausgrid operations could be hit again by job cuts according to the United Services Union. It's understood that up to 2,000 jobs are on the line, including more than 100 in the Hunter. A leaked internal document shows the organisation is also planning to phase out apprenticeships and outsource call centre operations. Scott McNair from the union says the Wallsend community will be particularly hard hit if the plan were to go ahead.
Under the leaked document, which you would see the call centre go, and the call centre is primarily based in Wallsend, which is predominantly female employees. Further, you'd see other jobs right throughout the franchise that we're concerned that would have an impact on services and communities.
Residents who use water from bores as drinking water will be provided with free bottled water if the levels of contamination in their groundwater exceeds the criteria for drinking. The measures are being taken in an attempt to reduce the community's exposure to possible water contamination as a result of a toxic leak at the Williamtown RAF base. The Defence Department is continuing its investigation into the leak in an attempt to fully understand the extent of the contamination, with testing commencing on private properties. The New South Wales Government's performance on gas regulation has come under fire in a report card released by the Lock the Gate Alliance. The report shows that there is no coverage for farmers affected by coal seam gas, as well as other issues including the lack of exclusion zones within the Hunter region. Lock the Gate Alliance coordinator Georgina Woods says basic research regarding health risks still haven't been implemented.
It's fine to take a while to implement policy and do it properly, but there's no moratorium on coal seam gas in New South Wales. Projects are going ahead in Gloucester and Narrabri, and it's a big worry that we may be setting ourselves up to have dangers and spills and risks that we then have to clean up afterwards.
The current run of bad weather has ruined months of work invested in the restoration of one of the state's coastal erosion hotspots at Jimmy Beach. An estimated 10,000 cubic metres of sand has been stripped from the beach in the last week. Homeowners face a nervous wait to see if conditions change in the coming days, with their multi-million-dollar properties being separated by the sea with only a small patch of bitumen. The Port Stephens SES unit at Raymond Terrace has been officially reopened following refurbishments. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, officially opened the unit on Saturday. Celebrations also included special recognition of 5 of the unit's members. Scott McDonald says the refurbishment will be beneficial.
They've now got a very expanded premises where they can put nearly all of their equipment under cover. 3 large bays. They've got a mezzanine level upstairs and this large shed where they can do training. And they're explaining that it is now large enough that they can draw in SES units from all over the Lower Hunter for training.
And briefly, train stations at Broadmeadow and Morisset have been targeted as part of a police operation to improve community safety on public transport. The operation resulted in 100 people being searched and 200 infringements being issued at transport hubs between Sydney and Newcastle. In finance, the All Ords is up 37 points at 51.14 and $1 Australian dollar is buying 70.3 US cents.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club.
A man of the match performance from winger Haneti Tuha has lifted Newcastle to the New South Wales Premiership Cup. Tuha crossed for 3 tries in yesterday's grand final against Wyong to give the Knights a 2010 win. The Red and Blue will need to turn it on again when they take on Ipswich in this weekend's state championship before the grand final. Merryweather's Matt Hall has claimed second place in this morning's Red Bull Air Race event in Texas. He finished behind championship leader Paul Bonham, but remains in the title hunt with just 1 round left remaining in Las Vegas. Hall was fortunate to fly in the final after reaching the round of 8 as the fastest loser from the qualifying heats, And the Morisset Pro-Am has been taken out by Troy Cox. The Annabelle Pro carded a final round 66 to finish 9 under and edge out Newcastle's Lee McKechnie and Brad McIntosh, who were tied for second, 1 shot back. That's Sport. I'm Georgia Lupton.
2NURFM news time is 1:05.